This is Dubious Code, and this is a tutorial about Python's random numbers. So there's a random function in Python, and this is, of course, there's also, I think there's a math.random, and I'm sure there's a numpy.random, but this is just a Python-based random. And there's a couple, useful functions you want to use here. Probably ones that you should know about are random.seed. You can set a value so it's reproducible. Random.random gets a real value. Random.randint, that'll return an integer between a range. So if I say 0 to 5, I'll get a value between 0 and 5 inclusive. Those are your base ones. Get a random real value, set a random seed. So if I say, now I can print x and y. Of course, the real value is between 0 and 1 and not including 1. The integer value is inclusive of the end. Because I have the random seed set, I'm returning the same results each time. If I didn't set the random seed, then every time I run this, I'll get a different result. So notice here my range is between 0 and 5 for the integer, and I just returned a 5. This threw me off the first time because I was thinking it was 0 to 5 not inclusive, but it is in fact inclusive of both endpoints. So I bet if we go a couple more times, yeah, we'll get a 0. The real value will never return 1.0 though. It's always going to be something slightly less than 1, or greatly less than 1, but less than 1. It could return 0. Except for that, there's a couple, you can look at the random documentation. There's a couple interesting ones for lists. You can get, like if I made a list, let's say cards equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 through 13. Cards equals x in range 52. For x in. Now I can shuffle these cards. I could go random.shuffle cards, and now I have a shuffled deck, and let's say print these out. Print cards. Cards x. Cards equals list comprehensions. So I've shuffled the deck, and I could, do it again, get a new shuffle. This is probably one of the easier ways to shuffle a deck of cards. And there's a couple of things out there that you don't realize are shuffles that you can do with random shuffles. There's a couple different random things, just like Gaussian random. There is a choice, like I can select from a list, which is pretty similar, just shuffling and picking. But yeah, your main ones you should know about are set the random seed. You can get a random integer, a random shuffle, a random real value. You can shuffle is pretty useful at times. And more than that, I'd say look at the documentation, pick the ones you need. This is Dubious Code. Thank you for watching.